Some of you all may think this is crazy, but here I go. On a smaller time frame, I believe that within the next week, okay, 5 to 7 days, we get an $85,000 Bitcoin. And I'm going to show you exactly why I believe that. Hello everyone, my name is Dean, Let's Talk Crypto. This is where you subscribe for almost daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is May 1st, 2024. And is it sell in May and walk away? Or is it April dumps bring May pumps? Which one is it? We're going to look at Bitcoin's price action, especially the recent price action. We're going to look at the US dollar currency index. We're going to look at the effect of today's FOMC meeting. We're also going to look at altcoins using the total 3 and Bitcoin dominance as per usual. So if all that sounds interesting to you, then watch until the very end. Hope everyone's having a great day. Let's jump right into it with Bitcoin. Okay, here's what I'm seeing on the charts. First thing I'll say is we are on major support, okay? Is that major support definitely going to hold? I don't know. If I did, I mean, I'd be very rich. But let's say, for a fact, this is significant support that's held since October of 2023. As you can see, here's the first time we've held this. Second time, this would be the third time. Okay, now, why am I confident in this holding? Well, let's get a little bit of context as to what this support, this rising diagonal support means, okay? Some people will say, Dean, of course it's not going to hold. It's a rising wedge. Well, not really. It's not necessarily a rising wedge. It's a support line that serves as a touch point to the bottom. It's not as if this price action is weighted and sort of, continually hitting this, looking to break down. It's literally just tagging it every single time down. Now, the context of this all is that Bitcoin has been in an positive impulsive move since the beginning of 2023. You can see this is the beginning of Bitcoin's positive impulsive price action. Unlike many altcoins, Bitcoin has been going for about 17 months now. Yep. So we can see that this is clearly a first wave, okay? And I've got this as a leading diagonal, meaning first wave, second wave, third wave's truncated, i.e. the same size as my first wave, a wave 4, and then an extended wave 5. So the context of this October 2023 diagonal rising support is that the price action has been supported by it since October of 2023, and it is likely a leading or an extended wave 5, i.e. it's part of a trend. So when you're looking at something that's part of a trend, the trend is likely to continue. It's not yet finished, okay? And for a little bit more context, if you zoom out and we do get what I believe we're going to get, right? The truly vertical portion of this impulse, right? As you can see, it's 45 degrees flat, 45 degrees flat. Eventually it goes up. That's what we call a blow off top. That's what we call the end of an impulse. You always see impulses end in the most vertical way, okay? Well, typically, not always, but typically. Sometimes that's wave 3. Wave 3 is sometimes the most vertical, but in these leading diagonals, it's usually that final wave 5 of 5. So that's the move I expect to 150. That's going to be a quick one. And let me say this, on a smaller time frame, some of you all may think this is crazy, but here I go. On a smaller time frame, I believe that within the next week, okay, 5 to 7 days, we get an $85,000 Bitcoin. And I'm going to show you exactly why I believe that. So if this indeed is, let's fix the screen. And guys, if you're enjoying yourselves, if you're getting value, please like the video, share, subscribe, consider buying me a coffee at the pinned link below. If this indeed is a veritable support level, okay, that we're at right now, then what you're going to see is a little bit of consolidation here. It shouldn't take long. It shouldn't take too long, right? We should get our 2 degrees of baby basing and a pivot, which I believe we're almost through with here. As you can see, I don't know, something like this. I don't know. It's hard to count because it's corrective price action, but we should get a little bit of sideways price action that takes place on this support level. And then we should get a first quick move to the next logical resistance, which is right here. It's right here at the top of this move right here, okay? And that's about 66K. It's not only the top of this move, but it's coincident with this midline, okay? So if we do get a quick tag of the 66 line and then a retracement down to the 0.5618 of that move, that continues to the next logical support, or the following logical resistance, rather. Did I say support? I meant resistance, which is 85,000. That's how we get 85,000. Why within the next week? Well, if you follow my work, you know that I do follow the moon phases, and the moon phases have been ridiculously accurate, okay? And the following moon phase is going to be a new moon, and the new moon represents a local market top, and local market tops happen when you're at the apogee, you're at the zenith, you know, you're at the top of a move. And I think if we do go impulsive, the top of that move is going to be like this. Boom, to 85, back down to the midline, retesting it as support, and then you start your move in earnest to 150, and then you go vertical. And that verticality really is the end of the larger impulse that I just showed you a few moments ago. That's what takes you to 150. It goes much faster than the previous price action, and it makes sense, right? Because there's no previous resistance, because you're in all-time high, you're in what we call price discovery. So that's what I see with Bitcoin in the immediate short term and in the medium time frames, right? 85K by about the new moon, which is May 7th, around there. That's next Tuesday, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, something like that, right? 85K, then you get your declension back down to this 66K mark. This is what I'm seeing with Bitcoin, and that's how I'm trading it. I'm actually part of a trading competition. It is TradingView. It's a TradingView trading competition. It's, you know, you don't have to put any money. It's paper trading, but it's fun, and you can win real money if you do well. And at the very least, I think you can win like TradingView memberships. So I don't know. Go ahead and join if you are into trading or into testing out your knowledge of how the charts work. All right, so that's Bitcoin. Now, as promised, we're also going to look at some indicators, right? So today was the FOMC meeting, and typically the FOMC meeting is associated with volatility in the Bitcoin price, but today we didn't get that much volatility in the Bitcoin price at and around the FOMC meeting. What you saw was this move right here, okay? And the context of this move is important. So let's zoom out for a second. So going on the daily time frame, we have our US dollar currency index at resistance, okay? And this resistance has been resistance for quite some time, since December 2022, January 2023, coincident with the start of Bitcoin's bull market, the start of Bitcoin's positive impulsive price action. You've basically had a flat dollar. It's been ranging in this period, and this is a top of resistance level, right? And I've marked this up like months ago, years ago. This is likely to happen. A zigzag where you get 5 waves down, a version or a type of 3-wave move. I don't know why I can't come up with the word. A type of 3-wave move, right? Maybe it's a complex correction at this point, but in some way you can see some type of 3-wave move here, right? And that's your B wave. And now your bull run for most everything happens in the fall of your DXY down here. Okay, and this is not just the bull run in crypto, because remember, US dollar currency index measures the relative strength of the US dollar against a basket of currencies, global currencies. If the relative strength of the dollar falls, that basically means the relative value of risk on assets like Bitcoin, like stocks and bonds and stuff like that goes up. You should expect all of those to go up in this fall of the US dollar currency index, which is likely to happen, especially now that you're at this resistance. So now that you see on a high time frame where you're at with the US dollar currency index, what happened now on a small time frame with the FOMC meeting was basically this move right here. Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was this move. It was this move. Essentially, it's a confirmation of this coming down and eventually breaking this range and then continuing down, right? So that is very, very bullish. Very bullish. If you're bearish on Bitcoin, you don't want to see this, because you want to see the USDXY go up. If you're bearish on Bitcoin, if you're bullish on Bitcoin, you want to see some weakness in the DXY. Sorry, my nose keeps itching when I talk. I think it's just how my voice resonates. In any case, in my skull. You want to go down, and that's exactly what I see. And I see a little gap here, and gaps are filled. So I think that gap is going to be filled. US dollar currency index is bullish for Bitcoin. Let's now look at the altcoins. Okay, I'm even more bullish on altcoins than I am on Bitcoin. Here's why. Let's zoom out. And here's what we're going to use. We're going to use this total 3 chart, okay? This total 3 chart is representative of an aggregate understanding of what altcoins are doing. Most altcoins, and this is where it's kind of confusing. So the total 3, for those of you who don't understand, is everything in the crypto market minus Bitcoin minus Ethereum, okay? Total 2 is just minus Bitcoin, and total is everything. If you see what we're looking at, it seems as if you have started a bullish run, right? About end of last year, or actually no. And yeah, end of last year, towards the end of last year, quarter 4 of last year, October of 2023, you started going up. And so you have here one intrawave correction. This is your second intrawave correction, and this intrawave correction is coincident with this previous pivot right here. So you really do see that this chart is indicating, on the whole, altcoins are likely in a 5 waves up, 3 waves down move at support. And this support is actually the first support that's leaving your general, it's actually leaving this area of resistance, right? Now it goes, there's still this all to contend with, but it's a lot more free. Do you see what I mean? Like when you are in this cup, there's a lot of resistance. Now you're out of the cup, you retested it. Now you get to move at the very least, the height of this cup. That is extremely bullish. That's on the high time frame. On the smaller time frames, if you zoom into the daily, because we're on the weekly right here, you can see that you have what I thought we were doing in Bitcoin, but I was wrong. So in Bitcoin, I've maybe for the past 2 weeks been saying that this in Bitcoin was some mini Wyckoff accumulation. Actually, on this chart, it is. But on Bitcoin, it proved not to be. That aside, this is likely a mini Wyckoff accumulation, and you can see it more clearly on the 4-hourly time frame because your actual corrective move happened here. 1, 2, 3. And all of this doesn't seem to be part of this. This seems to be part of some sort of mini accumulation to go back up. And you can actually count this quite nicely in the following way. Let's go back on the 4-hourly. So the way I'm counting this is as such: 5 waves up, 3 waves down. That's my first AB base. This is a move up and a 3 waves moves down. That's a flat correction. That's my second pivot, or sorry, my second AB base. Okay, and this is my pivot. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that is my fall. So that's my pivot. That's my 1, 2 degrees of AB basing and a pivot. Here's my consolidation, and there is my move. That's what I'm seeing with altcoins. This is very bullish. And to cap this off and to kind of buttress this trading thesis, I want to have a quick look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, which, if you look at it on the 4-hourly time frame, I think it's a really nice way to envision how bearish this is. So since about January, so that's already 5 months, almost 5 months ago, you've been going up in this rising wedge. Rising wedges are typically a bearish pattern. They typically break down, I think 60%, 63% of the time or something like that. And what you're getting now is a break of this rising wedge. Remember what it means for Bitcoin dominance to go down. Okay, so you saw Bitcoin come down 20% just as it had, and I didn't make this point, but really quickly, back to the Bitcoin chart, I want to point this out. In this move, right, in this impulsive move for Bitcoin, you've come down almost every single time in the same way, about the same amount. So you go up, you come down around 20%. You go up, you come down around 20%. You go up, you come down around 20% in January. You go up, you come down around 20% here. Is this going to be just like this time, just like this time, just like this time? We'll see. But Bitcoin seems to do that 20% declension. Now, I digress. All I'm saying is this. In Bitcoin dominance, you have a move down. And that basically means this. When Bitcoin was going down impulsively for the past 3 days, altcoins weren't going down more than Bitcoin, as you're used to seeing, right? In bearish markets, right? Altcoins were actually holding their ground. That's what Bitcoin dominance means when it's coming down. It means altcoins are gaining against Bitcoin in some way, shape, or form. Either Bitcoin's going down, altcoins aren't going down as much, or Bitcoin's going up, but altcoins are going up more. This is what we're seeing on the Bitcoin dominance chart. That's very, very bullish for the entire cryptocurrency market, and especially for altcoins. So when this finally breaks down, as we've been saying forever, that is true altcoin season. And on the higher time frame, you've been expecting it. Why? Because on a higher time frame, you're at resistance, and this resistance is this 2,000 plus day resistance that Bitcoin dominance has always come down from, and this time should be no different. That's all I've got. Once again, like, share, and subscribe. If you got value, consider buying me a coffee at the pinned link below. Good luck with this market, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.